Thanks, Lynn. Hey everyone, my name's Shawn. I'm 25, and if you guys don't mind, I'd love to share my background with you. Uh, we'll rewind it all the way back to when I was a kid. When I was a child, I grew up without a family. I didn't know any family except for my mom. I had a stepdad who I looked up to a lot and did martial arts with and just everything. He was like my idol in a sense. Um, I reached around the high school age, and my mom and him split, and he said he was going to stay in my life, which he didn't, and it really messed me up, like emotionally, mentally, everything. Like it destroyed me, and I wanted to find that again, which I didn't. I ended up getting connected with a whole bunch of people in high school that were into worse things than I could even imagine at the time. But it was a group that kind of took me in, and that was enough for me at that point. I ended up hanging out with one guy more than anyone else, and we did criminal stuff together, which ended up landing me in jail. One of the situations that happened was I was in a vehicle, stolen vehicle, with him, and we were speeding off from the police and hit a patch of black ice and flipped the vehicle through the air. And right at that exact moment, my life flashed before my eyes, and I truly thought I was dead. After the vehicle came to a dead stop, I got pulled out and arrested and thrown into jail. When I got into the jail, people there, I could just tell they didn't like me. Nobody cared, and I didn't feel safe. Like I felt threatened, and I just wanted to leave. I didn't like it at all. Finally got out of jail, and I was the happiest person probably alive at that time. I finally had my freedom back. I was wearing shorts and a t-shirt in the middle of winter time, but I didn't care. I was just happy to be finally out. I found my way back to my own city, and got to my place and got told that I had to leave, that I was kicked out, and I ended up being homeless for a little tiny bit, not too long. I ended up finding a new place and lived at a rooming house. I stopped talking to everyone at that point, which helped but didn't, and I tried coming up with solutions to meet new people that weren't going to end up getting me back in the same situation as I was previous. I ended up being very, very, very fortunate and lucky to bumped into Kim's son Tony, and he ended up being into video games and everything. So I was hanging out with him, and we were streaming, and I was loving it. I didn't have to worry about someone judging me and getting me into things I didn't want to do. And on top of that, I was in a house finally with a full family that took me in and truly wanted me to be there. So I felt like I actually finally had a family again. I had a lot of issues, and I spoke to Kim about those issues, and she helped me a lot. She channeled my anger into something positive, and now I have to thank her for that. I ended up talking to her about just like the most craziest stuff that I never thought I would ever speak to a person about, and I built a lot of trust with her. Shortly after that, she ended up getting introduced into isogenics and mentioned it to me because she thought, she's liking it, that it could better my life as well. She offered me the e-shot, and I knew it was a pre-workout, which scared me. I took pre-workouts in the past and ended up in the hospital. So, needless to say, I was very skeptical and scared for sure to even bother with this little tiny drink, whether it's small, it could even be smaller than that, it still scared me. But she convinced me to try it, and I loved it. It gave me energy. I didn't feel crazy, and I ended up checking out other product, which I loved. I've been on it for about 3 months, and backtracking to the beginning of it, within like the very first week or two, I ended up feeling way more energy. I just felt more alive. I felt better about myself. Um, it also gave me the opportunity at that point to be introduced to a new crowd. People that were in the similar goals as me, working out, building a business, growing together. Which I loved. That was like one of the biggest things for me. Now I'm standing in front of all of you guys and seeing a big group, pretty much like a huge family that I never had, and I feel warmed and welcomed to be able to speak in front of everyone. I really hope, like beyond words, that it inspired you with my story to push to the fullest potential that you have and just up that even a notch more. I'm here to help out with that and hold your guys' hands and just excel together. My whole life I've been alone, and I finally don't have to be anymore. I'm finally with the right group, and I just have to say thank you guys for letting me be part of this. I truly appreciate it.